Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to In the Ladies Room with Nikki and Michelle. We've been gone or away for a couple of weeks, but we are back. And we are back this evening with a mashup talking about some of the hottest topics and latest news. We hope to try and kind of have it a little focused, but you know how we do in the ladies' room. We just like to keep it going.
In the ladies' room, I got a meeting in the ladies' room.
And wherever the conversation flows is where we go. But before we start off, I just wanted to first send out my sincerest condolences to the Dye family. Over the past week, they lost a family member, Talia Dye. We called her Precious. A lot of you on here know her mom that is often online with us, Sharon Dye. The whole family is just a wonderful family, and to lose a child is never easy. But I know that God knows all, sees all, and He has that family in His arms. So I would just like to again send my sincerest condolences to the Dye family. I've known them all my life.
Yes. And I just want to add too that the whole entire Dye family is a staple in APP, and we just want to shout them out and let them know that we love them. And even though we may not be hands-on close by, you're in our thoughts and in our prayers, and we are lifting you up mightily.
Yes.
Even though we may not talk to you every day, you are family and we love you. And so we just want to make sure that you know that the ladies' room supports you, encourages you, lifts you up. We just at a loss for words, just like I'm sure you are, but you're in our thoughts and prayers, and we love you, and we need you to know that.
Yes. Yep. That perfectly expressed, Michelle. I told you, Michelle brings my words together. But good evening, everyone. Good evening, Cheryl and Beatrice, who is Talia's auntie, and Tanya. We see you. We love you.
Yay, Tanya made it.
Good after. I say good morning. I think I meant to say good evening. You have to excuse me here. Sometimes I get a little mixed up. So again, like I said, in the last couple of weeks that we weren't here, a lot has transpired. We did talk about our newly elected president and vice president, but we did not get into the politics of it all. I think, Michelle, you said you were a little tired, but I think we're going to have to touch on it tonight a little bit.
It's just a lot, right? It's just a lot. I think that's all it is. And if 2020 hasn't taught us anything, God is moving. God is doing some things that we have not seen or heard. And in this season, I think it's evident that we need to be prayed up. We need to be in the word. We need to be looking to God, because he is moving. He is moving. So like they say in, I don't know if it's the wrestling or whatever it is, get ready, get ready, get ready. Right? Everybody needs to get on board, because we're in some serious times. Yeah. We're in some serious times. And you know, Nikki, that's why we're here. Because we need to talk about it. Some of us really need to talk about it, because we'll find ourselves in depression. We'll find ourselves, in these crazy situations, but we got to stick together. We got to lift each other up. We are dealing with some heavy times. And so, if we got to talk about it, let's talk about it.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I just wanted to come back to a mashup instead of something that was really, really thought out and planned. Because I think I want to give the people a chance to talk about what they want to talk about, to express what's on their hearts and their minds. Because like I said, we're dealing with a lot. And like you said, not only are we dealing with a lot, God is moving. So whatever direction He is moving in, all we have to do is be obedient and hold on.
Hold on.
And hold on.
Hold on, as our good friend would say, Willie Cook. Hold on and see what the end's gonna be. We
Right.
love you, Willie. We love you.
Love and miss you. So yes, let's get started with this I hate to even bring him in our conversation. I don't want to pull anything down, but we need to talk about the seriousness in which I hate to say his name, in which Trump is threatening the very democracy that we've lived under for the over 200 years in this country, and that is our ability to elect a president and then have those elections be validated. So I just wanted to know what some of the people's thoughts are on that. What do you think that we need to do? Because this is a serious thing. Because even if, well, it's not even if, on January 20th, Biden and Harris will be the president and vice president. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we must pay attention that in the public mind and in the public discourse, it is very, very important how people think and feel, because those thoughts and feelings create reaction. And I'm really so afraid that there might be problems during the inauguration, or you might see a spike in violence somewhere because these people are so unwilling to accept the results of the election. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think some of it is inevitable, right? And I think we need to brace ourselves accordingly, right? But I also think that this is yet another one of the ways that God is moving, because clearly we weren't heeding the lessons that he was presenting to us. And so as far as I'm concerned, Trump is just yet another example of, one, disobedience to God, because he just reckless. Because I think to some degree, he almost thinks he is God, right? And so God is sitting back and saying, now watch me work. Mm-hmm. And I think on some level, while we need to be cognizant, we need to be aware, I also feel like on some level, I think on some level, we need to just sit back and let God deal with it. Because I really feel like he's going to drill himself in a hole. That's what I believe is going to happen. He's going to drill himself in a hole. And so sometimes, just sometimes, as passionate as we may be, we could just sit back and just watch God work. Because you can't be God, no matter how hard you try. So he can come at us with all of these shenanigans, the whole family. I think I saw in the news today that his daughter was in a deposition. She's being questioned about some shenanigans she had going on. And the truth will always come to the light. It may not happen when we want it to happen, but the truth will set you free. The truth is going to come to the light. And I think him losing this election is evident of that. But we have to stay diligent, because he's also talking about coming back in 2024. We can't let that happen. We can't sleep. Don't get complacent. Don't think that if we don't show up and vote in 2024, everybody see Trump now for his works, he ain't going to get back in. No. Don't make that mistake. We made that mistake in 2016, right? So we have to make sure that we stay on top of our game, and we stay on top of, what it is that we're doing to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
That's
period.
Right. That's right.
Period.
In fact, for those in Georgia, and we know a lot of people that moved to the outskirts in Atlanta proper, please don't forget January 1st. You still have time to register to vote in that election.
Yes.
January 5th is the runoff for the two Senate seats with Ossoff and I forgot the reverend's name.
I can't.
It escaped
me. Somebody has sent it over.
Right.
The reverend's name that's running in the election in Georgia.
Exactly. So we need you to go out there and support those young men, because we need control of the Senate. We really do. We need to have that.
And I think everybody should take note of how much we can accomplish when we stick together. See, we all got on one accord, right? We had one agenda this election, and that was to get Trump out. And when we tightened up and got on the same page, look what happened.
Look what happened.
So we can't lose that energy. We can't lose that commitment. Warnock, here go Rob. I knew Rob. Robin is the fact checker.
That's it, Robin. Robin is the fact checker.
She is.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't lose that commitment to this. And in terms of the movement, even dare I say this, right? In terms of the movement, Black people, we got to stay committed to this fight. We can't lose this energy, because we could talk about, oh, the white man did us like this, and we did us like that, and da 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 da. But we can see now what happens when we get on the same page. And so we can't lose that commitment. We can't lose that energy. We can't lose that fight. We have to continue the same energy in order to get to where we need to be.
Exactly.
And I'm motivated. I'm inspired, because I don't know about any of you ladies, but when I look at some of the faces of the people that they trying to get in this White House,
right?
Okay, we gonna have some representation. Okay, we gonna have some representation up in the White House. And guess what?
The amount of women alone.
Women, Black women, people of color. Because it's not just Black. I don't want to get hemmed up with that. It's not just Black. People of color from different destinations and all that good stuff, right? With different approaches and different ideas. That's all good. So I'm encouraged. And we got to still make sure that we hold them accountable.
That's right.
That's just my thought.
It's a good thought. But yeah, that you said it in a nutshell. We still have to stay on it. We can't let it go because we got who we wanted to get in. We also have to put pressure on them to make the changes that we need to make. And then we also still have a lot of work to do with getting other people in and getting others out.
Yes.
So I really kind of feel like it was, people knew Trump had to go, but they still wasn't really willing to let them have the Senate because they want that check on the executive branch. But as I said, we got a chance to even turn that around in Georgia. They didn't think we was going to win Georgia, but I knew all along. I said months ago, I said that we were going to get Arizona and we were going to get Georgia. I knew it.
Yeah.
So trust me, we can do it again in Georgia on January 5th. Please go out and vote. Michelle, I'm sorry, but I have to defer to you to do all the reading because I could barely breathe.
Kim says, work on changing the name of the White House to the People's House. They should have been did that.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea, Kim. I never thought of that.
Should have been did that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think in a roundabout way, though, Michelle Obama tried to make it the People's House without the name. But yeah, that's a good idea, Kim. Kimberly, I love you. But
that's the whole motive. That's the whole motive. And I'm so sick of people thinking that, I'm so frustrated. I was literally talking to myself in the car about this the other day. Yes, I talk to myself. Mm-hmm. I'm so sick of these people. Like every time they hear Black Lives Matter, they want to go with that whole all lives matter. Mm-hmm. And first of all, when you hear the term Black Lives Matter, in no way does that negate the fact that we don't understand that all lives matter. Black people are the most compassionate, loving people that you will ever experience. We know this, but it's like TD Jakes so eloquently put it, when you see a house on fire, that's the house that needs attention, right? It's not that the other houses on the street don't matter. It just means that this is the one that needs attention. And Black people have needed that attention, that equality, that justice for years and years and years. And so as we continue to work on this movement, and that's what it is, as we continue to work on this movement, it's like we're for all people. We're for all people. Just get it right. What I like to say, Nikki, just make it make sense. Just make it make sense. If it's okay for you, why is it not okay for me?
Right.
That's it, and that's all. We're not asking you for nothing. Never have.
Since Biden promised that he was going to repay the efforts that African Americans made to getting him into that White House, we need to hold him accountable to his own words.
Absolutely. And, we spent a lot of time talking about that even on a nightcap. Like, it's about accountability. It's about, once we get these people in place, now we have to hold them accountable. Now we have to make sure that they see through all the things that they promised. That's where our responsibility comes in. That's our job, to make sure they do what they say they're going to do.
Right. So on the other fronts, I know this one is another one that people are almost sick and tired of talking about, but I think we should definitely continue to address it and beat the drum, because it is getting so serious again. And even me, I've been sick for the past, I'll say going on 3 weeks now. And I can't even get a COVID test. There's nowhere for me to go and get a COVID test. I can't stand in a line at all. So I finally found this place that does it online. I mean, they'll mail it to you and you do it and send it back. We'll see what happens with that. But I really think that people are not taking this virus as serious as it needs to be taken. I know we kind of got a little bit of fatigue over the summer months. It was nice. Everybody wanted to get out. But look at where we are now. We are in a very bad place. And the numbers are continually going up. It's cold and flu season, which would make it even worse. So I'm just wondering what people are doing. Are you following protocol? Are you not following protocol? I mean, this is one of the discussions when we do mashups where we really want to hear your thoughts, your feedback. It's not everything that I say is not necessarily law. I'm just telling you from my point of view and from what I know and understand. And for me, I would say that we are not doing enough to eradicate this disease. And the scary part about it is this. It would be a damn shame, excuse my French, but it would be a damn shame for people to catch COVID now and pass away now when we are on the precipice of a cure. So I really hope that people are really doing what they need to do to take care of themselves and their family members, especially when you already have somebody in the house that is elderly or somebody who is already have pre-existing conditions like myself. So, we got to get back. We got to go back to the way it was when we first got scared to death. Washing the hands, Lysol. I mean, when it first started, I was a nut. I was a nut. When I got my groceries delivered, child, I had made a bath sink full of bleach water. And even the bread, I was dipping in the bread.
You was acting like Jimmy.
Yes, I was going crazy.
Jimmy was like, he was basically washing all his groceries. I was like, and he was already a nutcase with the bleach. Look, I don't understand it. I really almost feel like I can't even comment on it because I really don't understand it. And I don't understand why it's so divisive, right? So you have some people who feel like somehow it's against their, I don't know, constitutional right to be told to stay home. It's like, nobody's trying to hinder you. We're trying to save your life. I'm not understanding what part you having a problem with somebody trying to protect you. So I really don't get it. I really don't understand it.
I heard this guy, one of those Trumpsters, they were interviewing him, and he said that the government is not going to make him do anything. They're not going to make him wear a mask. They're not going to make him get a vaccine. Guess what he said? He said he'll go into a hole. Like, they have these really, this is real, that a lot of people are building these underground, like, houses, like, where they feel like they can go if something sparks. And so that's what he said. He'd rather go underground, live underground. Than, how silly is that you rather live in a hole under the ground as opposed to just put the damn mask on?
You know what? If that's what you want to do it. The thing that I'm challenged by is that if this only affected you, that would be one thing. The problem that I have with it is that there's the potential to harm other people. Exactly. I don't care if you don't want to listen. And if it was a situation where, it was just going to harm you and just going to affect you if you didn't wear a mask, so be it. That's your choice. The problem lies in the fact that you run the risk of potentially harming other people.
Exactly.
Because you're choosing to not do what science and the doctors have said is necessary to do. That's the problem that I have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem that I have.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if it was just about you, that would be one thing.
Beatrice, I think I'm gonna go back to it too. Especially after, I've never had a cold this long. I barely ever get sick. So to have a cold that lingers for weeks like this, I'm nervous. But the people that are in my house so far, nobody has caught anything. And my son, who came to visit for Thanksgiving, he tested negative right after he left, and after he had visited us. So I'm hoping that it's nothing like that, but still, nowadays any little thing you just get so nervous because
and that's the anxiety. That's where the anxiety stems from, because you just don't know. If we had an answer, right? If it was like the common cold, as they say, then you get the sniffles, you get an antibiotic. Okay, great, everything's fine. You'll be okay in a few days. But because there's so much that we don't know, we have to be mindful. We have to be careful. And so I'm frustrated by those people who are choosing not to acknowledge that. Out of some sort of defiance, right? Because you're trying to make some kind of point. Bye.
A statement that could kill you and others.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doris said many people still do not believe the virus is real. How could you not?
Right.
What are we pushing close to 300,000 people already? How could you not?
Right.
Oh, and I had somebody actually say to me that, well, those that get it, they had underlying conditions. That doesn't make it okay.
It sure doesn't.
It doesn't make it okay, because perhaps they had underlying conditions, but had they not gotten COVID, they would still be here with us.
They'd still be here.
So that doesn't make it okay. That's not logic, in my opinion. It's just ridiculous. We all must be mindful and take care of each other. Stay home if at all possible. New information is also coming out about long-term effects of COVID, like loss of taste, smell, and cognitive effects. That's the other thing, Letitia. That's the other thing. We don't know.
We don't know. So why take the chance? Why risk it? And here's the thing too about the anxiety, and I hope that people, if they feel comfortable enough sharing. I know it's a lot to talk about. It's frustrating. It almost feels like it gets old. But the one thing that I want people to understand is this is a difficult time for us all. And because it's so difficult for us all, don't be afraid or feel bad about needing mental health help. If it's nothing more than calling friends and family members up, we all are, and we really literally are in this together, whether we want to believe it or not. We're in this together. And we have to be there for each other. And this kind of having to stay in place and be so vigilant about your health every time you walk out your door it is really mind. It's stressful on the mind, and so if we could help each other in that's only a blessing. I want you to read Kim's.
Not everyone had underlying conditions. It's just too much of the unknown when it comes to COVID. Exactly. That's what I was saying. It's too much. It's too much we don't know. It's too much that we don't know.
Right.
But I wanna actually address that, Nikki, because that's something else that's kind of sort of been on my mind too. Particularly for all the ladies that we get to interact with here in the ladies' room. And I'm not necessarily looking for a response either, but this is just planting a seed, just food for thought. Stress and anxiety is real.
Yes.
And if you're not careful, it'll kill you. It really will. It really will. It really will. So if you feel like, it's a lot, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed because, I have my family. I have my sister who's here tonight, my niece who I always call when I'm having moments. I have great girlfriends. Kim, who's here tonight, always checks in on me, but if you don't have that, reach out. I would say even reach out to one of us.
Right.
You can't endure that by yourself. And here's the thing, what I think is so interesting, that a lot of times you think you by yourself, but there's so many other people that are experiencing the same thing. It's scary.
Right.
It's scary. This life, albeit great and beautiful, is not always butterflies and roses. And sometimes we all have to go and sit at that seat of depression and anxiety and mourning and depression and sadness, and just know you are not in it by yourself.
Exactly. If you didn't get anything out of today, that's enough.
That's it.
Is that we are here for you. In fact, the ladies' room is here for you. That's what we were created for. And even if you have to wait to every Thursday at 7 p.m. to come on and type your thoughts and your feelings and have people rally around you in the room, hey, do what you have to do. But you got
to do what you got to do to get through. And we all been there. I know sometimes you feel like you just want to pull your hair out, throw in a towel, kick and scream, holler, run up to the mountain. God, why? That's normal. Right. It's normal and it's okay. It's normal and it's okay. I joke, right? Because I love to joke. I made a joke with my girlfriends after my first marriage ended. I said to them, I blame y'all. I said, I blame y'all because y'all didn't tell me the truth about what marriage is all about. But that's what it is. We got to be open to talk about these things because sometimes you grow from being able to share the experiences of other people. And I realize you can't tell everybody everything. And everybody that said they're your friend ain't your friend. Like, I get it. But find you some people who, you can go to so you don't feel like you're in this by yourself. That's what it's just really all about. That's all I'm saying. Exactly. It's rough. It's rough.
Very rough. So, also on the COVID, what do you guys think about the big controversy in the news about Kelly? I don't know how to say this girl's name. McEnany. Am I saying her name?
Kayleigh McEnany, that bird.
She gets on my nerves. But did you see yesterday how she put the clips up of the different Democrats who were violating their own policy around COVID? Sorry, like Nancy Pelosi going to get her hair done, and there was another senator that went out to dinner. The Governor Newsom from Connecticut that went out to dinner without his mask, And they really are trying to make that such a political football and trying to make that such a thing that the Democrats are being hypocritical because they're not following their own guidelines. What do you guys think about that?
So here's the thing. Here's what I think about that. And we'll read the comments too. But here's what I think about that. It kind of goes back to what I was saying about Trump, with God really exposing a lot of things, right? When you are so desperate, you have to grasp at straws, whatever they are. And what we're seeing, I feel like, is desperation by all the Trumpsters. That's what my sister said they was called, Trumpsters, right? By all the Trumpsters who know that they're being exposed, if you will. They know that they're being exposed, and so now they just grasping at straws. It's a diversion tactic. Take the energy off of me, take the spotlight off of me, but look at what they're doing. If we focus on what somebody else is doing, then you can't focus on what I'm doing.
Exactly.
But the reality is, at this point, which is why they're so desperate, that what they're doing is so nasty and so exposed that they can't deny it. It is what it is. And that's why I'm suggesting that, we almost in a situation where we don't have to do nothing. Sit back, because they're going to dig a rabbit hole for themselves. We don't need to do nothing. We don't need to do nothing. Just sit back. They're going to expose themselves.
Right.
That's it. And that's just how I feel about it. They're so desperate. Who does this? Trump.
Yep.
The numbers don't lie. You can hire as many people as you want to count and recount the numbers. It's almost, they need to just put a meme up of Nene Leakes saying, I said what I said. The voters said what they said. They voted how they voted. And that's it. And that's all. Now find you a seat, stay in it,
Sit down,
and roll your ass out the White House.
please.
That's what I'm going to need you to do. It's over. Get over it. He's like a child. That child on the playground that brings the ball, they playing dodgeball, and he mad because he not winning, so he gonna take the ball and leave.
Exactly. That's him.
He's a child.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but that's just me and my personality. I can't entertain nonsense.
Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because since this election,
Nikki, you love my father. I can't entertain nonsense. I'll be like my father. I'm blinding with booty.
Mr. Brown is
I'm blinding with booty. I'm out. I can't be bothered with this. Are you kidding me? Ain't nobody got time
for that. It's so funny. But if you notice, since this election, I think that a lot of even his supporters, if you go on these pages where right before the election, it was hot. It was all over the place. They was typing and everything. They have been so quiet because they know he's gone. It's a done deal. He lost. It's over with. And I really believe that part of him not wanting to concede is just a way to keep himself
relevant.
Yes, because nobody is paying attention to him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, in order, like you said, he's like a little kid. He wants attention. Look at me. I'm not going to concede. So nobody cares whether you concede or not. Just know that on January 20th, if your bags are not packed, if you are not out of there, they will be removing you. So goodbye. Bye-bye. Well, goodbye, as my good friend Jimmy Cook would say. Would goodbye help? I love when he say that.
Wait, I had the nerve to put a meme up on Facebook. I was like, I think we should send Pokey Allen, Shalif, and Kojak to the White House to evict Trump. They'll get him out.
Uh-huh. Read this one here.
That's why they say karma is real. It was okay when it was done to Hillary. Now it's his turn. Exactly.
Yes. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. But only this time they really gonna be able to lock him up. Because my girl Letitia James.
By the way, she's gonna be on an interview tomorrow. I know you don't like Fox, but Good Day New York.
Oh, really?
On Channel 7, she's doing an interview talking about how she going after Trump.
What time? What time is this?
7 a.m. That's what I saw.
I'm gonna have to.
Lori Stokes was talking about it today.
Oh, y'all DVR that because you know I'm not. I'll be just going to bed at 7:00
a.m.
Around 6:00 or so. I usually after I watch Barnaby Jones and a good couple of episodes of the Parkers.
I can't.
I'll be up all night. It's a shame.
I can't.
I can't get over this cold. It's just, but whatever. So on to the next. Unless anybody else has something else they wanted to add. I got into this little Facebook discussion with a young man, Johnny McKinney. You know Johnny McKinney. But anyway, he brought out something that I kind of knew all along, but I didn't think about it as in depth as he described it. I had simply put up something the other day after watching Monica on the Soul Train Awards. Did anybody see that? Monica?
I thought Uncle Charlie Allen killed it.
His name is not Charlie Allen.
I mean, Charlie. What's his name?
Real
Uncle Charlie.
You talking about Uncle Charlie?
I don't know where I got that from. That came out of nowhere.
Charlie. What's his name?
I think we just know him as Uncle Charlie.
That's what they just call him, Uncle Charlie. But yeah, he still got it, right?
He was bomb on the Soul Train Awards. I don't know if anybody saw it, but he was bomb.
Still got it. What is his man's name now? Now I'm going crazy trying to remember his name.
Wilson. Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. Him. So anyway, we were talking about Monica though. And when I saw Monica come out on that stage, Monica's sharp.
She all right. Look, she all right.
No, Monica's sharp. Every time I see Monica, she
Who won the versus battle between her and Brandy?
I don't know. I didn't even watch it.
Brandy.
I like Brandy, but Brandy don't have what you would call that superstar thing.
And Monica does?
Yes, Monica does. But here's the thing. Now Brandy got hits. I think Brandy sings better. I like Brandy. I love her catalog. So if you talking catalog, Brandy will win it every time. But as far as that superstar it factor, that kind of like Diana Ross kind of flair, Monica got it. And the thing for me was I just wondered why her career never went there. And so Johnny kind of broke it down. And he talked about, people doing the choosing and the things that they choose. Like, for instance, what's her name? Rihanna being a much bigger star than Monica is. And you wonder, like, who's choosing? What are they doing to get those spots? Is it, for me, I think it's not because, Monica got the look. So that's one thing that you can't say that's not why. But was she just not willing to do something in her career or jeopardize or sacrifice certain things? What was it? What was it that didn't propel her to the highest heights? And I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
McKinley Brown says she fight people. I don't know. And not for nothing.
Where's she at? Oh, okay. Hi, McKinley Brown. I don't remember seeing you here. So hello, welcome.
So wait, so
she be fighting people? Oh, so that's her reputation.
I was about to say, I think that probably has a lot to do with it. I have no doubt that there's probably a lot of politics that happens in the music industry. Then there's that. Because if you think about, I happen to be a Brandy fan, so I feel like Brandy's better. I enjoy Brandy more. Jacana said Monica's a better singer, but Brandy's got more hits. I don't know if that's it. I think I appreciate Brandy singing more than Monica even. But whatever it is that you think, right? I think there's a lot more that goes into it because at the end of the day, what you end up with is a lot of phenomenal singers who don't have, like, for example, I don't care what nobody say. You cannot come for Let Us See voice
No, you can't come for let.
You can't
Nobody
come for Lettuce.
right now
You can't
come
come for
let.
Lettuce's voice. But I feel like she should be so much bigger than she is, right? And then you have people who have incredible stage presence. They give great shows. They're great entertainers. That they're successful, but they're not necessarily the best singer.
Right.
I used to be a humongous. In fact, the other day I was feeling nostalgic and I pulled up our old girl, Nikki Sade, Maureen.
Uh-huh.
Maureen, it's hard to explain. Love her.
Mhm.
Now, we all know that Sade wasn't the best singer in the world, but she had a vibe, right? She had a vibe. She had a lane that I think to some degree was all her own. And that's what it was. So Kim said MJB, Mary J. Blige.
Mary J.
Mary J. Blige ain't the greatest singer, but she's in a lane all her own. She's that hood, soulful, whatever you want to call, you know what I'm saying? Like she got her own lane that people can really relate to. And I think that's part of the reason why she's so successful.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Shantae Moore. What?
Right.
Shantae Moore. That's my jam right there. Shantae Moore is fire.
And
You can't come from her voice.
Shanice too. Shanice
was like a one-hit wonder.
No, she was a one-hit wonder, but the girl had talent. That's what I think that's what McKinley is trying to say. She got pipes, honey. She ain't in my top 10.
She was in the Soul Train Awards too. As a matter of fact, she was on it with Shantae.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, they did it wasn't a duet, but
okay, I'm gonna have to go back.
Oh my God. Dion said Kiki Wyatt. You can't come for
see her reputation is probably what messes her up. Well, let me just say that. Wait a minute. Time out.
You getting ahead of yourself.
Y'all getting ahead of me. Now I gotta give y'all my top 10. My top 10. Okay. And not necessarily in this order. They just the top 10 female vocalists ever to me.
Well, we know Phyllis is in there.
No, she's not in there. Not vocalist. No, not when it comes to vocals. Okay, but my top 10, Whitney Houston is in there.
That goes without saying.
Mariah Carey, Lettuce is there. Shanice. What's the girl? Not Shanice. Not the girl that she said with Shanice. Not Shanice. What's her name? Shantae Moore. Shantae Moore is there. What's Kiki Wyatt is there. I said Lettuce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rochelle Farrell.
Oh.
Rochelle Farrell is there. Who else? Because I had a good top 10 list. Name some more. Who else is in my top?
I don't know, honey. You should have wrote it down.
I didn't know we were going here. I said let the conversation go organically. But so those are 7 of my top 10. I can't think of. It'll come to me later who the other 3 were.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about, because the thing is, your voice has to be not like not no old Mickey Mouse voice. You want a strong, powerful voice with range. They can go places. Oh, Minnie Riperton. She's there. She's in there.
Really?
Minnie Riperton? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
She has to be on your list, guys. Oh, I know who my other one is. I don't know how. If you don't know who this is, look her up later and listen to her music. And I'm telling you, go on vocals. You're gonna know that. I'm gonna tell you a song she sings though. But Diane Reeves. Remember the lady used to sing silver gray hair,
neatly warmed in place. There were 4 generations of love on her face. Yes,
she
loved her.
Definitely top 10. Diane Reeves. Jennifer Hudson is maybe 12. Because Phyllis Hyman.
Wow.
11.
What? You would put Jennifer Hudson at 12?
Yeah.
Why?
she's good, but she's something about her voice. It's not always as consistent. Put it that way. Like when I hear her, and she's good all the time, but I don't know. It's something about her voice that, for me, I wouldn't put her in my top 10. No, she's not good.
All right, wait. Before the comments go up, I heard Deborah Cox, Faith Evans, Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, I love Jasmine Sullivan. She ain't in my top 10, but I love her.
Okay.
I like Faith Evans too. I like Deborah Cox.
I could definitely do without Faith Evans.
I like her though.
I could do without her.
I like her.
You know who else? You know who else? Who sound like they yelling, Kim? You know who else I like? Heather Headley.
I like her too. I like her. I ain't crazy about her, but I like her. Oh, Tamia. Yes. Tamia is one of my favorites. She ain't in my top 10, but I like her.
Chrisette Michele.
I like Chrisette Michele. Look, until she messed around with Trump.
I know.
But I think she really, really, really tried to come back from that a little bit. She didn't make
it. She didn't make it back.
Well, she tried to.
She tried, but she didn't do it.
She messed up. She messed up her career messing with Trump. Who was this? Rob? Oh, we said Jennifer. Oh, read that. Wait, let me put it up there, read it, Michelle.
Yeah, because if you put J Hud in, you may as well throw B in. Well, let me tell you something. I was never a big giant Beyonce fan. Mm-hmm. And then I was watching something where she really sang
the national anthem.
Beyonce could sing.
That's what convinced me when she sang that national anthem. I was on board, because before that I wasn't on board.
Yeah,
but when she sang the national anthem, I said, "Okay, you got to be."
So somebody said Patty. Stephanie Mills.
Let me tell you about Patty. Let me tell you about this. My thought on Patty.
Nicole, really? Erykah Badu?
No, who?
Oh,
I like. Wait. Vocals? Erykah got vocals now.
No, she don't.
You crazy as hell. You watch. Wait, you got me going crazy. Listen to her sing.
I have.
No, listen.
I'm a big Erykah Badu fan.
I know, but listen.
But not for her vocals.
Listen. If you ever listen to her sing Stay, Chaka Khan's Stay, that girl got vocals.
I'm cracking up. Look, Angela Hanson said, yes, Michelle, she can sing. Okay, Angela. Okay.
If you ever hear, she sing that song better than Chaka Khan sing it.
Well, Chaka Khan is a mess.
No, but back in the day, Chaka Khan wasn't a mess. And that's her back in the day song when she sang, you know Erykah Badu sing that song way better than her.
Wait, Kim, who you talking about? Yes, she does, and she's awesome in concert. Who you talking about? Because Kim love Anita Baker.
I do.
I can't. She sound like she got rocks in her mouth.
You and Robin, y'all can't tolerate Anita.
I can't.
I like me some Anita.
Kim gonna call me and cuss me out later, but I can't, Kim. That's when y'all went to the concert and I was like, ooh, Tina Marie.
Yeah, Tina Marie is good. She good.
Oh, Erykah. Yeah, Lisa, we already talked about Ledisi.
Ledisi is right about now. Ledisi is the best. There's nobody coming for her right now.
Kim said negative and I'll fight you. We'll be all right, Kim. Listen, how come nobody said Jill Scott?
She's good too, but she ain't in my top 10 either. And you know how I feel about Jill Scott, but she ain't in my top 10 either.
I love Jill Scott till she almost put me out her concert.
Oh, wait, so who was telling me about we were talking about Patti LaBelle. So my thoughts on Patti LaBelle is this. I never really cared for her music. She's got a lot of good songs that I really love. I would never really go out and buy an album of hers. But I would go pay to see her anywhere, anytime that I could. Because when I tell you she give a good concert, she give a good concert. She's good in concert.
What about Fantasia? Nobody mentioned Fantasia.
I like Fantasia.
I can't.
Lately though, it's this thing she do when she be going up, up. That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
She got a good voice. I like her. I ain't crazy about
Endless Love McCord, Leandria, hands down. Bomb.
Yes. Oh, wait,
Her voice is impeccable.
You know that's no, I ain't gonna give you government out in this love, but yes. I love Leandra Johnson. That's my girl.
Yes.
Right,
I just wish she'd get her life together.
She close up there with the 10 and 11. She working on her life. I hope
she need to be in the top 10.
Oh yeah, Paulette, Mickey Howard. You guys to love her too. Back in the day, you know Mickey Howard now.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't call no.
Sorry.
Lisa, bye with Toni Braxton.
I like Toni Braxton too.
She all right.
I like her.
India Irie came up.
I love her. I don't see her. Oh yeah, I love it.
Wait, Patty not better than Gladys Knight?
Nope, because Gladys Knight dusted her and what you call it. You better believe it.
Gladys Knight has a solid voice. Her voice is solid. She delivers every time. And every time. Her
professionalism and perfectionist ways. You saw that in that verses. You could see that she wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Yes, Rochelle. Did I say her? Because she my top 10.
You did. You said her. But wait, Kim said, what about the Marys? What Marys? Mary?
Mary. They can sing, though.
No.
No good.
I'm not on that bus. That's
what bus I am on since we going gospel. We going gangster gospel, as they say. Those Clark sisters.
Well, you know, you can't do nothing without a good Clark sister.
Clark sisters is something. Jesus should birth something. that's my song right there. Oh yeah, Celine Dion. She's one of my top 10. Who said that? Kim.
Are you serious?
No, she's in my top 10. Yeah, she rounds me out.
I don't listen to anything by Celine Dion really.
Her voice is impeccable. She got an impeccable voice. Yeah.
I think I'm just not into her music like that.
But her voice.
But I think she does have a good voice in terms of like singers. I think she does have a good voice. Oh, Yolanda Adams. Yes.
She might be tied for 11 with Phyllis.
Yes, Yolanda Adams.
I'm gonna tell you something. In concert, I saw her at that McDonald's fest. We running out of time. We always run out of time when we get good.
I know.
But I saw her in the McDonald's fest, and her mic kept going out. It was a shit show over there at that production. It was whoever put that production together, they should have been tarred and feathered. But anyway, I digress. Her mic kept going out on her, and she kept singing anyway. And then the Prudential sent a whole thousands of people. You could still hear her anyway, clear as a bell. When I saw her, I said, Yolanda, for real? When I tell you she got pipes, she got pipes.
Yolanda can sing. Yolanda can sing.
Yes.
Now here go Landy talking about Tasha Cobbs.
I like her, but
Tasha got hits. That's what it is. She got hits. Wait, hold on. Tasha Cobbs for the gospel. Yes, I love Celine Dion also. How come no one said Diana? Diana who, Kim?
Please don't say Diana Ross. No.
Regina Bell.
But no.
Regina Bell. Tamala Mann.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay, we went over all the other ones. Yeah, I mean Diana Ross.
Kim, wait, we gotta let Kim clarify. She might not be talking about Diana Ross.
She's talking about Diana Ross.
Oh Lord, she talking about Diana. Kim,
I told you. I told you.
Now, Kim, I want to fight you, Kim. No.
Kim, not Diana Ross. Bye.
She the boss.
Kim.
She the boss and she bad. Ain't nobody.
See, this is another example of somebody who gives a great show, very theatrical. Mm-hmm. You know, you into it. But in terms of voices.
But this is where the conversation started. It's Diana Ross just has that it thing about her that wherever she goes, she's gonna be a star. And that's what I was saying about Monica. She has a it about her. She's always flawless with her makeup, hair, dress, and she has a voice that'll carry her enough. It's not the best voice, but it'll carry her. She got a few hits. So why didn't she make it to superstar stardom? If Diana Ross can make it, she can make it. Because
I think it's like everything that we experience, not to, you know, make it so overly simple, but I think it's just, it goes back to everything that we experience in this world where, you know, women are compromised. We got to work so hard. There's politics involved. You got to have a certain attitude. You got to have a certain personality. Because if the truth be told, I think Jill Scott could even be bigger than she is. But I think she's tricky to get along with. I really believe that.
She's tricky to get along with too. And looks is something. And I'm gonna tell you a little personal story. Like when I went to I used to have ambitions of singing at one time. And I used to work in this recording studio. I'm not going to say no names, but at one time I was even down there with, what's her name? She had those club hits out at one time. She said, yeah, what's her name? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter. I was going down there working, supposed to be doing backups for her. And you know what the guy told me? He said, you nice looking girl. You got a great voice. But he kept saying that I needed to lose weight. He kept saying that that offended me so bad. I never really wanted to go back. And I know that had nothing to do with him. It's the industry, and maybe I shouldn't have took it so personal. But those are the kinds of things that make or break you. Right. I always often wonder, and I'm going to say this to myself, and I know we got a lot of people from Passaic High on here, that I never understood why in all my career in school, I never had a solo in number 4 school or high school. And back then, now I'm all messed up. But back then, and even to a couple of years back, I would challenge just about anybody from Passaic High to sing as good as I sang. But I never, it just was something that maybe I didn't have an it factor that any of those choir directors would even ask me to sing a song. Or it just wasn't done. I didn't have any confidence in my singing voice until way after I was grown almost. And I used to visit Miss Creech. Me and Miss Creech was tight. And I used to visit her in her house all the time. We would, you know, have good time together. And she told me one day, and I was like bewildered, shocked. She said, I think that you had one of the best singing voices that I ever heard in my teaching career. I was shocked that she said that because nobody ever said that to me in school. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. In fact,
do you feel like if people would have encouraged you more, you would have went farther? Had they not discouraged you about something like weight?
Well, I don't want to put the blame on.
Well, you wasn't. First of all, you were skinny in high school, so that can't be it.
I was skinny, but I was never tiny. Like I was never I was never as small as the kids my age. You know what I'm saying? But so
well, there's a lot of look at the whole Martha Wash thing, right?
How they did her.
They did her dirty. Like they wouldn't even put her on the cover. They, you know, she was singing all that time, and they had this little tiny frame. Yeah.
It's really dirty. But maybe I didn't have to I don't know what it was. And I don't want to put it on anybody else because it was my own insecurity that I allowed to stifle me. That's what that was. It had nothing to do with anybody else. But yes, I think that you're right to some degree. If I was encouraged in that direction, I probably would have, because I did more dancing in school. I had solo dances in school in number 4. but people encouraged the dancing. They thought that I could dance, and I could dance too, because I always like to say I could have been my Beyonce in my time. But anyway, the thing is that you don't know what it is that it takes to be in this business, and you could have all the goods, but it's more than just the goods. It's like somebody said that Monica liked to fight people. I didn't know that part about. You don't know what it is behind the scenes that will make somebody make it or break it. So I
think the takeaway here is you have to be your own advocate. You have to be your own cheerleader, and you can't let nobody tell you, right? Because there's a genre, there's a space, there's a place for everybody. And I believe that. I actually do. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I just feel like there's nothing more positive, more attractive than self-confidence, not arrogance,
right?
But there's nothing more attractive and more endearing than self-love and self-confidence. So ladies, get out there, make it do what it do, love yourself. And if one door closes, another one will open. It doesn't matter. You got this.
That's the perfect note to end this show on, because at the end of the day, it really is all about who you feel you are. And sometimes it takes some of us a little bit longer to grow that or know that, learn it and understand it. It's just the pace that you go at. I have no regrets. My life turned out the way it was supposed to turn out, obviously. But I'm just saying, it's better for us, especially as mothers, to impart in our children a sense of confidence that the world can't really shake.
Right.
So, that you said it perfectly. It's just
we got to stop giving license to people to rate our value.
Exactly.
Right. So Gloria D. Lewis, I'm not sure who this is. You have to keep pushing. No matter how many no's you get, you will get that yes. Right. Absolutely. And look at this one. Greetings from Jax, Florida. Don't allow people to rent space in your head. Know your worth.
Exactly.
So that's that's like another movement, isn't it? It's like another opportunity for us to press forward. And that's what we got to get. We got to get around that. We got to get around people telling us what we can't do. We got to get around people telling us what we're not worthy of, what we're not capable of. We just got to keep believing it and know going in that there will be no's, there will be obstacles, there will be hurdles, but what's on the other side
is all worth it.
Is greater. And it's all worth it. Yes. So that's what this was about tonight. It's about empowerment, lifting each other up. You got this. Like Nikki, did you miss the ladies as much as I did? We overtime, and I know you want to wrap up.
Yes.
But oh my God.
Listen, Michelle, I'm so surprised at you.
Why?
Because like you said, I missed the ladies so much. Not being here, it really felt like a void was there. And I'm so surprised that you didn't come on and start off with that, because I said Michelle's gonna go. She's gonna be super excited tonight because we ain't seen our ladies in a couple of weeks.
I think there was a part of me that was trying to keep it together and be like, oh my God, I hope they didn't forget about us. Maybe they forgot about us and they're not even gonna tune in no more, whatever. But it feels like we just kind of fell right back in line. And this is so much fun. I miss my ladies.
I do.
I don't even know if they know that they do probably more for us than we do for them. Like they come on and be like, hey ladies, love you ladies and this and that. But they don't even know, like, and Nikki, we should probably share too their days when, because we committed to this, where we'd be like, oh, we got to go on tonight. And then the second we get in here, it's like the adrenaline starts flowing and we just so happy to be back and so happy to be with our ladies. Let me tell you something. There's something about Black women, and there's something about women, and there's something about women empowerment, and there's something about having sisters that's just like lifting you up I could tell you that has sustained me. And then I'm hanging up after this. I don't want to get sappy, but I've shared this with you guys. The ones that I'm really close to. Kim, I've often said that there've been moments in my life where I find myself in challenging situations where I literally, like, legitimately draw from the love that I feel from my sisters. I don't know if that sounds weird or like, crazy or whatever, but I'd be like Kim, for example, I'd be like, if Kim was here right now, she'd be like, Michelle, knock it off. You got this. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. Like, the empowerment that it gives you when you have the support of your sisters. Guys, you will never know what that means. It may not feel or seem like a whole lot in the moment, but I've had so many moments like that. I can't even tell you. Like, being in corporate America, people not always gonna like you. I just ordered a t-shirt. I'm not for everybody, but that's okay, because my girlfriends love me and I'm good with it. I got all the friends I need. I have all of you. So,
and as far as this medium is concerned, I mean, one of the primary reasons that I wanted to even enter into this venture is, one, to, like I always say, to empower women. But we all know the story. I'm not working right now. I can't work. My days are all running one into another, which is why I don't sleep at night, because I'm because of my illness. So there's not much that I could do. So I said to myself, let me stop feeling sorry for myself and figure out a way to make myself viable, but still be able to do something, maybe give some joy or do something for somebody else that might help somebody else. And that was what I chose to do with this platform. So the fact that you guys give me a reason to do something with myself is just, and I don't want to cry. I'm not going to cry, but
you better not cry. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But it just it literally gives me a reason to live.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Like, we don't want the ladies to not know how much we appreciate getting with you guys once a week, just chatting, whether we talking about politics or heavy fat, whatever it is. The support, the encouragement, the love that we get from all of you is amazing and incredible and empowering. And to think, like Nikki was saying, we giving each other purpose. We giving each other reasons to keep pushing. You had a bad day. All right, come tell it to the ladies' room on Thursday, and then dust yourself off and keep it moving. Because we got you. We got you. It is what it is.
And I love what Jacana Glory said about the crowns, about us straightening our crowns, and instead of hating on each other, because really that was the main concept, that people think that Black women are all about discord and hating on each other. No, that's not true at all. We love each other. I love Black women. It ain't nothing more than I love.
Oh my God, Nikki! If we hear that one more time, Nikki gonna always be like, "I love my people. I love my people.
I love my people, but my Black women have a special place in my heart.
Because we kind of do. I'm not gonna lie, we kind of do.
Yes, we are. Yes, Black women, we're your crowns.
In every shade, in every color, in every size, and everything, because
Michelle, okay. Okay, on that note, everybody, we thank you so much for being with us again. We do not take it lightly that you spend this hour with us. You could be doing anything with your time, but you come, you hang out in the ladies' room, you make it what it is. It gets popping because of you and your comments. We love you and we thank you for all of those comments, questions, and most important, those affirmations. So
Beatrice Guy said it's Jacana Glory's first time in the room. Jacana, this your first time. Don't let it be your last time.
welcome. But again, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. We hope to see you again next week at 7 o'clock. Bring your questions, your comments, and most of all, your affirmations to this space of love, empowerment, and black woman power. Not even girl. We not girls. We black women. Black women. With the black.
We love you guys.
We love you.